Yo, Banter fam, what is happening? I do apologize for being a few minutes late today. A little bit loud. Thank you, bro. Let's have fun. What's up, Banter fam? I do apologize for being a little bit late. I'm running around with a baby every morning now, so Sniper's a little bit different to what he was previously, and sometimes I am going to run a tiny bit late, and I had quite a bit of preparation for the show as well. But I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I see Bitcoin is slowing down a little bit at the region of the 200-day moving average, which is what we sort of expected. It's a very important zone that we've been wanting it to crash through, and also basically having a look at the total 1, total 2. And you look at these and look how the total 1, 200-day moving average. Look at the total 2, 200-day moving average. Look at the total 3, 200-day moving average. So we know that we are at a very critical stage. I'm not getting any big selling volume just yet, which is a great sign for us. We do have dominance still looking very weak. And that is also a great sign for us. So we'll have a quick overview of where we're looking at, what is still looking good, because we're still getting charts that look like this, and it's absolutely insane. How we feeling, Banter fam? Whoever got Zol, well done. Look at that. That is an absolute rocket. Where did this thing come from? 4 cents. You're looking at a 400% in the last week on Zilliqa. You can see the stuff is coming, and it's coming quick, guys, and we're getting the random pops out of nowhere. So we know we're not done yet, and we know that we also have some pullbacks we need to actually catch on. So no more wasting time. Get out the F out of bed. Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I've decided not to drink tequila on the show, as I think I'm becoming alcoholic, and I'm loving the bull market so much that I'm drinking on every show, and I think that's kind of got to stop. I'll drink on the special occasion, so the next break of 50,000, I'll have another shooter for the Banter fam, just to show the actual excitement. But until then, Sniper's got to chill. Otherwise, we don't want alcoholic Sniper running around here the whole time. Welcome, guys, to anyone that is new. Make sure you absolutely smash the like button. You will smith the like button, and you will smith the subscribe button. Show a lot of love. It helps us get the content out of there. Make sure you're following all of our social medias. Sheldon_Sniper is my Twitter. Make sure you're on our website, which gives you a lot of alpha every single day. A lot of chart of the day, a lot of free information that's going to help you guys a lot. I think the point of that sort of information is sort of give you conviction to understand, we chartists, this is the charting show. We're going to show you where to get the beautiful entries and how to make money. And then you got, let's actually put this down. And then you got the fundamentals, which tells you why it pumped and why it dumped. And I don't really want to know why it pumped and why it dumped, and that's why I became a chartist. But it's great for you to still have conviction to understand why you are in the industry and when you should be holding tokens longer or not. So make sure you join the fam, and let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it, guys. So quick overview. I am going to be giving you guys my little April strategy as well on what I'm going to be doing, because I do have a feeling the market's going to absolutely rip in April. I think it's going to do something magical, as we're already starting to see what the market can do. I do think May is a bad month, and I'm not talking about something bad where it's as bad of what we've seen at these sort of levels, but I do think it's a correction month. Remember the last recovery we made, we did get a temporary correction in between. And, usually May, go away, go rest, all of these sort of things come into a lot of play. So we're going to use that to our advantage, because if we can keep rallying these powerful alt waves and learn to take a bit of profits and to be catching them on the next sort of lows, we got to stop denying that any coin that flies to the upward side does come down at some point. And we can take such advantage of those levels if we start learning that and we start using that to our Excel strategies. So I'm going to be teaching you guys the basics on that and giving you a beautiful weekly RSI structure like I did before, just a little bit more simplified for April. And I think if we can start running monthly strategies, I think it'll be great, because then we're all on the same page and we all have the same understanding of what's happening. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is obviously the emotions. I want to go through this quickly in the next minute. Remember the importance now of capitulation and the anger zone. We spoke about this. This is what we're feeling at those times when we're in here. We spoke, was that the anger stage? And now where are we? We're at the point of, if you take this, let's put it back in over here, print it on your walls, always have it. It's going to help you a lot. If you're brand new, this is going to help you a lot, guys. It's going to teach investors on what to do when they can sort of see how people are feeling. You can see the views are coming back. People are flying back. Everyone's happy. So we're getting to that more exciting stage again. I still think we only need about 10 to 20% of retail. I think we're going to be entering a ton more of retail in the next few days, especially if Bitcoin starts breaking the 50K zone. I think we're going to see alts absolutely rip. I think a lot of alts are going to make higher highs. We'll work on where we can see Bitcoin if it makes a higher high, but I think definitely the FOMO is within the alts. But we can see very clearly now we had disbelief. Is this real? Is it real? Are we actually reversing? Are we finally out of this downtrend, or they're going to trick us again and we're at that stage? So we can see in the last 4 to 5 months, we've had a whole market reset, and that's what you want to see. You're going to see it many times. It happened here. Same thing, capitulation candle, anger, depression, and then all of a sudden disbelief. And then all of a sudden we start the whole market cycle again. So it's something very important because it's going to teach you to build portfolios in these zones here. It's going to teach you as we start rallying up in the market cycle, when to start getting out of higher risk tokens. And then when we start getting out of medium risk tokens, and then when do you bank profits for the whole of the run that you've just been in? And what do you turn that into so that you can come back on the next run and you can start the whole process again? So remember, an investor is even a trader. They're just looking at things on a way higher point sort of view. And the difference is you just got to obviously look at what you're accumulating within, what are you actually building over this whole period? Are you building Bitcoin? You're building Ethereum? You're building USDT? You can decide what's your base. But I'm going to help you guys a lot with that. So at least we can see that this is great, that we're seeing the emotion cycle play out. And this is what you're going to see many times in your journey. And it's good for you to understand, when am I getting in? When your granny and your auntie and your uncle is telling you to buy Bitcoin is when you go to that limit order and you start selling your Bitcoin. And these are important things we're going to follow through at the next run. So if I look at the basic chart of Bitcoin, is we did hit the 200-day moving average. Now, I spoke yesterday about us making the 50K zone to the 52. That's definitely the next levels I want to see Bitcoin move at. Now, we do have RSIs that are extended. We have RSIs which are quite high up at this level. So we know a temporary few-day pullback is coming. We have definitely reversed. We're definitely in an uptrend at this point, and we're going to learn to capitalize on the short-term pullbacks. This is the two sort of scenarios that I'm looking at with Bitcoin. Is, as I was saying yesterday, we shoot straight through here to the 52, have a decent correction, flush out leverage, come back to the 46 zone, continuation. This is where we all want to be loading up again and filling more of our bags. As well as the short-term traders that's been taking profit. I'm very proud of you if you guys have been, especially the guys that are trading and more active with the money. I'm very proud of you if you've been taking some profits on the way up. I think you're always going to win with consistency, because then you can always deploy and you're actually going to have gunpowder when these markets do start to pull back at some point, and you could be adding in more because you've actually been releasing a bit as we go. So we either have the first option of us going straight through here. We know how important it is. Now, I don't really want us to actually break through this daily moving average and not hold it, because if we break it and we go through to the 52 and then we break under it again, for me, it's not the greatest sign. It's sort of at this level, we see how important it is to hold the 200-day, and as long as we hold it, we're in bull season, baby, and the markets absolutely erupt. So I'm sort of looking at the two scenarios. Okay, so what's best for the bulls right now, and what would play out best scenario now for what we want? Is the possibility that from where we are right now is to have the short-term pullback back to the 45K zone, and then we go and smash through the daily 200 and make our way to the $50,000 to the $54,000 region. We have a look at where's the next major resistances on Bitcoin. We've smashed these ones completely. We have one more that's at 52 to the $54,000 region. And after that, we had 60K. Now, these are the next three levels for Bitcoin. You've got 52 to 54, and you've got the 60K zone. So we know the next leg is massive. The next leg is something that looks like this, something that really, really shoots through and really moves quickly. So we prep for either way. Either way, either we go to 52, okay, or we come here, we're loading up here. This is where we're buying our alts, adding to the rest of our bags, adding more to our portfolios, great. Or we come here now, add, and then we continue the run, guys. So this is what you want to be looking at, and this is where you want to be loading up more of your bags and what you're looking at. So that's the basic view on that. Now, one thing that is good before I move on to all the altcoins is the stock market's looking good, guys. The stock market recovered and it finally reclaimed the higher high. And the stock market is right now breaking through the 200-day moving average. So the fact we have the US 30 breaking through up like that now, these were the suckers that ruined our fun on the crypto in the last few months, was these two big wave down. And now we have the stock market trailing upwards. So this is a really good, exactly, the red is attracting the bulls. That's exactly why I'm wearing it. At least now we can see the stock market's reversing. And this is a great sign for us. And that's looking really good. Now, these are also important because this is why you got to have conviction on how big this next wave is going to be, guys. The next wave, whenever the correction is to 45 and the continuation is going to be massive. The fact that you have the total sitting on 200-day moving average, you have the total 2 sitting on 200-day moving average, you got the total 3 sitting on 200-day moving average. You know, these are massive things because it's showing us how the whole market is literally sitting and like waiting. It's like you have a whole damn army that's sitting at the door right now, ready to open and absolutely explode. Because think about it now. We break through the total market cap, which is this region over here. Look how we've smashed through all the highs and we've actually reversed very strongly. But if we break through this, our next resistances are sitting at 2.5 trillion to this big zone over here. Now we look at this on a total market cap view of where we're at now, looking at 25% of the whole of the total market cap. Now you're looking at $500 to $600 billion to enter the market on one wave. Now we've also learned that not all coins are running in the way it used to. It's getting diversified into many fewer tokens, which means you're getting bigger eruptions out of fewer tokens than everything just going absolutely crazy. So this is very interesting. We're at this level. And remember, we have the USDT chart as well, which is this is sort of what I'm looking at. Maybe possibly a little bit lower. Short-term correction, absolutely explosion. A lot of USDT enter the market and we get the whole market to erupt and start to explode. So that's looking good. Now, guys, what are we going to do? We've got April coming up now. Bitcoin goes to 60K. What do you do with your portfolio? How do you work it? Now, this is the important part. And this is where I need you guys to pay damn attention and to be in this with me because we are making money. And let's keep the damn money and let's keep making money throughout the thing. Remember, in a bear market, we can make just as much money. We just got to have more gunpowder. And we need to fix that error on what we did previously. Now, if you guys have not seen that video, you need to go have a look at it again on where I did the portfolio. I think if we can put in the description below, please, Carl. The previous one I did on the portfolio sections. But guys, I'm splitting, and this is exactly what you do. I'll give you guys my exact tokens now, and I'll go through the ones. I'm going to give you examples because I know a lot of people are going to argue with me with the tokens that are in there and which one should be medium risk and which one shouldn't. But guys, at the end of the day, my portfolio is split in 3. It's split in the HODL, medium risk, high risk. I told you guys to build this within 2 weeks ago. And it's something you can still build now because we're only looking at the explosion from the market coming shortly after the next pullback. But you got to split this damn portfolio. You got to get some of your HODL tokens. Whatever you want to accumulate for the next 5 years is your HODL portfolio. For me, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT. The only reason I'm filling up my USDT because it's going to teach me how to take profits and it's going to teach me to have powder for when the market's going bear times and I can keep accumulating more of them. You then have your medium risk tokens. These are my examples: Luna, Link, Dot, ADA, Solana, Fantom, AVAX. You know, that's sitting in the medium. That's 35% of the portfolio. And then I have high risk. Now, high risk is looking at 15% of the portfolio. Super, Rose, Moonriver. Doesn't matter the tokens. We will go through the tokens very, very shortly now. Now, if I jump back to the charts here, let me tell you why quickly, before I get into the strategy, on why I'm thinking Bitcoin is going to pull back in May. Right? I think short pullback. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy or anything like that. But I'm looking at Bitcoin within April making strong moves to these regions over here between the $58,000 to the $55,000 region. I then do see something that can bring us back to these little areas over here. And I think it's going to be about a month to a month and a half. Now, reason why I'm saying that is when did I teach you guys on when to deploy a portfolio? You know, this big baby over here, the stochastic weekly RSI. This under 20% will always be the time you build your portfolio. So you actually take this and you build it. Meaning you take your whole damn portfolio. Let's see if it loads up there. There we go. And you split it like that. You put 50% in your safe, 15% in high risk, 35% into your medium risk tokens at this region over here. As we start deploying up and we start getting between 60 and 80, you start diversifying out of your high risk tokens into your safe HODL. By the time we get to 80 to 90, you start diversifying your medium risk tokens into your HODL. At the end of the day, you're not exiting the market, but by the time we get to 80 to 100%, you are 100% in the coin that you are willing to sit with through the next bear cycle, which means it's taught you to take profits on all of your damn high risk tokens and all your medium risk tokens. It ignores the noise of you falling in love with the token and holding it on for too long. Now, I've actually changed that slightly. Now, why I've changed that is I want you guys to load your chart on the total true chart. And I want to show you guys how the total true chart is the exact same thing. But if you load this over here, you could see that the perfect time to build a portfolio was 2 weeks ago. We have lift off completely. And this is the way I'm working it, guys. When this stochastic gets to between 60 to 70 to 75%, I am getting out of my high risk tokens. I am taking my 15% of my high risk tokens and I'm putting them into my safe hodl portfolio, which means I'm either buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDT. You can decide the percentages, that's up to you. But that's when I'm taking those profits on those. I will go back many times in history and show you why, because these are the ones that get absolutely murdered. Remember, when it comes here, I buy them all back. Just remember that. Everyone thinks, oh, no, we're getting rid of your tokens that could make you millions in the future. I'm going to buy them back whenever they're in this zone again. When they're in this zone again, I buy them all back. I go again, and it just shows me when do you diversify your portfolio and when do you shrink it. Now, in the chat here, how many tokens on average do you guys all own? Please give me an example. I want to see in the chat box here, how many tokens do you own? How much is in your portfolio right now? How many tokens do you have? I want to see. I want to read from everyone here so I can help you guys with this, so we can sort this all out. UST, whatever you want. USD. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, if you have a look here, you'll see some 100 plus tokens. Do you see that?
Yeah, there's
100 tokens. Guys, this is the biggest problem in a bull market. Biggest problem is we start to do this. And as soon as we start to do this, when things turn, you don't have enough hands to grab the damn things and get them back in order. So anywhere here, you got guys with 80 tokens, you got guys with 30 tokens, you got guys with 25 tokens, you got 100 tokens, you got 40. Yeah, we got 8. Yeah, we got 35. Yeah, we got that sort of zone. And you can start to see it, guys. You can see it's the normal mentality. Yeah, 75 tokens. That's crazy. Guys, how do you manage this stuff? Like, what do you do? And that's the sort of thing that I want to be teaching you guys now, because that just shows what this market does to you at that point. It just makes you go crazy. And when you go crazy, when do you finally start to make it smaller? And this is going to help you guys. So when it starts to get, and you got this total 2 getting between 60 to 70, you got to now shrink those damn tokens. You have way too many tokens. You're not going to be able to manage it. The market is starting to get heated. It's not fully heated yet to take profits, but it's getting heated. Diversify now. Get out of your high risk tokens. Very simple. When the market starts getting between 75 and 85%, get out of your medium risk tokens. Whatever your TP is, if I could call it, TP season is between 90 and 100. Even 88 to 100% is your TP zone. Take all your damn profits. You take all your profits into whatever you want to take them in, whatever you're willing to hold for the next bear cycle. It can be UST, USDT, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever you did this for and you accumulate at the time, just turn it to that. Wait for the next cycle. All of a sudden, we get a whole new cycle where it comes back down. When it comes back down, go rebuild your whole portfolio again. There we go. I've just given you guys a massive secret that will change your life forever. I promise you, it seems something small. Use it in this next run. Now, what is happening now? It is showing me I have another 3 to 4 weeks to the upward side until a correction is coming. It is showing me that this stochastic, the way we are moving and the way the market is moving, by next week, it will be here. By the week after, it'll be here. By the week after, it'll be here. We can flatline for a week. That's fine. Or 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. But then it tells me that there's a sort of correction. And we have a look here. If we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, where's this? This is May. And for me, when it gets to May, I'm looking at, I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to 20K or any of that bullshit. I'm saying I'm seeing something in the region of this, where we have the total market cap, Bitcoin make 55 wherever it goes, and then I'm seeing this, and then the continuation. But this will be 2 months. People may not think it's 2 months, it will be 2 months. And when it's 2 months, that's where you got to re-strategize. You got to learn to be a bit more patient, but you'll have gunpowder for by the time this gets back down there again, go rebuild your whole damn portfolio again and move it. Like, is that not simple, guys? You know what I mean? It's a simple strategy. The only thing is I taught you guys off the Bitcoin chart last time. Now I'm teaching off the total 2 chart because it's altcoins. So I shouldn't be thinking about altcoins if I'm looking at the Bitcoin RSIs. I should be looking at the total 2. So use this as a point of always building a portfolio. When it gets here, start entering out, start deploying out, start getting out, start sort of moving. Now, what I'm doing now for you guys is I'm adjusting the whole show for this now. So every day, I'm going to be giving you guys tokens every single day. I'm going to give you a ton of them. But you need to cap your tokens now. If you're in 50 coins, you're doing it wrong. If you're in 40 coins, you're doing it wrong. You need to be in 20, 25 coins max. You should not be in more because it means you are not shifting between them. Now, what I mean by that is, let me make my list here. I got my high risk tokens, medium risk tokens, safe hodl portfolio tokens, right? Now I go to my high risk. And I go, look, what has been the highest performing assets within the last month has been this list. Definitely. These are the tokens. These are examples, not the full list. These are ones that I can't say my portfolio is high risk at the moment. They're bigger movers for me, bigger ranges. They pump 500%, they come down 90%. That's what they do in a cycle. And they'll always continue to do that. But look at this. What's this one doing right here? ZIL. ZIL's just ripped 400%. Now, the problem is now what I do is I now hear another coin from Sheldon or another coin from RUNE that calls on the show. So now I go and I add another one and add another one and add another one and add another one and add another one. And all of a sudden I look again and I got 50 high risk tokens. And that's the big problem that everyone's making, where you should be closing majority of your position in ZIL. Remember, you're not in that. That's not your hodl. It's not your long term. So why you give a shit about it? You've just made 400%. So now I'd be taking and closing my ZIL position. And then I'd be buying another coin that's breaking daily trend or new one that's breaking out. But I shouldn't be compounding and making more and more and more lists. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be closing off, which means cap your high risk. How many high risk tokens am I getting in? 10. Okay, cool. That's what it will be. How many medium risk tokens? So I would say 12 max to 15 max high risk tokens. And then I would say about 10 max of medium risk tokens. This is Cardano, AVAX, Chainlink, Luna, Solana, DOT, Atom, MATIC, all great tokens with great fundamentals. But this is my list. Very simple. I can't go add more. These are the 10 of the medium risk ones that I want. These are the high risk tokens that I want. If I want to buy another high risk token, I have to take from one. That's how it works. I have to start taking whichever one. I can go in, look there. You know, look at VET. Look how VET's exploded at this point and how it's starting to move now. VET's done another. Now have a look at this, guys. VET's literally done 76% in the last 10 days. That's what VET's done. I want to go open another token. Go take some profits on VET and then go buy that token. Guys, I'm here just to teach you guys. Everyone's asking me tokens, you know, where do I put them, all that stuff. Guys, we will categorize that. I'm going to do the new show structure of giving you, when I give you a token, it's going to be my view of it. I'm either going to call it a 1, a 2, or a 3. It's very simple. So when I give a trade, you know what percentage of your portfolio that should be. I need you to work with me, guys. Please, the guys that have been with me in the last 2 months and we fought this bear cycle, sit with me now because we're all about to do some crazy things. And whoever is new to this, follow my strategy. Otherwise, you're going to repeat what a lot of them repeated the last cycle, where they lost a lot and they didn't take profits and they didn't this. And I also made a ton of mistakes in that time as well. Learn it and run it with me. So when I give you guys a trade, there will be a number on the chart and it'll be a 1, 2, or 3. You then know what percentage you need to be putting in. And now you also know to start capping your actual tokens and how they, and so you finally got structure, and use the total 2 as your way of understanding when to do what. Everyone always asks me the question, when should I do this? When should I do that? How about you go look at an indicator and it tells it for you? I don't have to tell you nothing. And you see how it starts to just simplify that for you. So that's my quick little education on that stuff today, guys. It's very important. Please use it, because the rest of the week I will be degenning. The rest of the week I'll be getting you guys entries. The rest of them I'll be doing all of this stuff and making sure we all make a ton of money. I promise you. But just work on your strategies at home and make sure you're learning with that, because I can't help your portfolio management. That's all up to you. So use this stuff and build your base, and I'll help and work my ass off to get you guys good entries every day and to help you take profits. That's all I can do every day. Okay, so let's jump in here and let's go through some tokens quickly so we can see what is happening. So everything's sort of fighting the 200 days at this point. You can see what I'm sort of expecting from Cardano. I still think, I don't know how you feel, Carl. I still think the market should go to 50 first. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, we're on this rampage. Let's go a little bit more and then the pullback. So I'm still looking at this sort of move. But either way, this can turn here now. It doesn't matter. That's where I want to buy. These are long impulse waves. The markets have reversed. Load up more on the pullback, definitely. Tezos, this one for me is in hovering now of investment zone. I think it can. Bitcoin goes to 50, goes a little bit higher, but I think it will come straight back here. So I think Tezos has got another, possibly a few days. It can break out at any moment. Guys, these coins are breaking out without control. Like if you don't get them and they run, they're so hard to buy again. They're very, very tough to get in again. So Tezos is one in the zone, dollar costing definitely. If it breaks out, don't be surprised if it comes and tests again. You load up some more and we continue. As I was going through again yesterday, Atom for me is still a loading zone where we are right now. This one's got a lot of growth for me first before we have a nice little pullback. So Atom's definitely a strong one for me as well. Guys, I do know on CoinPanel they're doing some upgrades today. So remember guys, CoinPanel's got all my charts, got everything, and it will help you with everything. But those guys, they are doing upgrades. So if you see your charts not loading and stuff, they're busy with it. It will be sorted later on today. We'll have a whole new list. We've redone all the charts as well. And we've got some cool features that we're launching on there as well. Solana, this sort of move did go here. I do think it can go a bit higher to these sort of zones of 120 to 125. Same thing. Remember, don't be surprised. If this market turns now at any point, be ready for it, buy the dip. Very simple, and know where you're buying it. Buy it on these support buys here. So this must be a little bit lower. There we go. That's where you're buying it. If it pulls back now, get it, guys, because if you don't get it, you're going to ride these waves again, and then you don't have a damn entry. Like, make sure you get your entry. Or it goes there first, and it comes back, get your damn entry. Like, all of these are showing, I'm telling you, Solana, with what they're doing right now, it's going to rip. And Solana's going to pump. It's really, really going to move quickly. Same with AVAX. I'm saying a little bit higher here. Here's the button. If it comes right now and it happens today, you know where to buy. You know, very simple. We know we need the RSIs to reset. Dots, same thing. All of these ones. I've been through a lot of them, guys, and it's the same sort of. I see RUNE is still going. It's nearly there at that zone. I gotta take some sort of profits in this level. Definitely. And I will be buying back on the next test. But I think let's catch a few there, Carl. If you can bring up a few comments there of charts that I haven't gone through. I know Aioz is up here. Aioz is under one of my high risk tokens. I think Aioz is looking good for me. It's breaking a bull flag. I do think it can come to 23 cents, but I think this is one, guys, that we got to get. Like, for me, this is a really bullish chart. When I went through the emotion cycles, just have a look where this is still, this is still looking to break out of range. And the reason why it fights a lot here is because this is a very, very big resistance. And remember what I was telling you guys yesterday about when we break through a resistance, it's going to go to the next one. If you look at the next one, it's up there. So it's showing you how big the next move will come right here. So with Aioz, I'm either buying the retest now or loading up in the zone over here. Or I'm waiting for the complete breakout of that cup and handle and that sort of move over there, because then I'm looking at something strong. So Aioz, high risk. Number 3, now you know what percentage you should be running on it. We're looking at Tornado Cash that took off, retest. That's what we want to see, guys. This is going to teach you guys not to FOMO into the market. It's exactly what you want to see. You want to see something break through, smash the higher high, come test. You see that? Break of resistance, test the support. I'll go through KDA now, no problem. That's what you want. Now I'll be loading up a little bit more Tornado. Definitely. Loading up a little bit more. Not going crazy, but I am loading up more because that's a bull flag. That's a breakout. That's a test. I'm very happy with that. I saw Coti started to wake up. Beautiful. That's what I'm sort of looking at on Coti still. Super Farm, this one for me is still buy zone for me. I think it's going to rip. I think it's going to do great. Weave is great. Okay, let's go through some of these. Will you name them for me there, Carl? Then I got them. Which one was that one? KDA.
KDA.
Here's my previous drawings even. Okay, so this one, guys, it's still in accumulation sideways phase. So this one's very simple. You put that in there. That's why it's not breaking out yet. That's simple. That's the only chart you need. So if you've already bought, you hold up patient. You want to buy more, you wait for the break of this trend. Break of this trend, volume comes in. We've seen this many times now, guys. It's playing out beautifully in front of our eyes all the time. So this is great. Until then, don't ape, because it can keep coming down. It can keep doing this until you finally get the break. Then you want to get it. So it's coming. It's accumulating. It's in this wedge right now. You can see it. There's the bottom. There's the top. And a break of that will then send where it needs to go. Moonriver.
Yeah, MOVR.
Yeah, so Moonriver, this one's good for me, guys. Do you see how it finally broke through, finally made a higher high, which was fantastic. It was the first one in a long time. It's broken and it's tested. So what I am seeing is Moonriver's waiting for Bitcoin very clearly right now, but this is the load up zone for Moonriver, definitely. $60 to the $70 region. Any here dollar cost. If you're in already, doesn't matter where you're in. I had some at 200, I had some at 250, I had more at 80 in these sort of zones. But Moonriver is big for me because remember what I was saying about resistances. You know, we break through this one, where's the next one? There. We break through that one, where's the next one? There. You know, and you look at those gains, and they're massive gains. It's a couple %. So Moonriver definitely. Let's go through MATIC. MATIC. There we go. MATIC's good. MATIC's busy fighting its own little war at the moment. 200-day moving average. It's all over the place, eh? Everything's on 200. If you cannot expect how big this next move is going to be, like you blind. Like when we break through these levels, we know that there's resistance here now, but we smash through these things. Like, dude, this is big indicators. Like we go look at. Let's go actually look here before I do jump in here. Like look at the last time, guys. Look what a 200-day moving average break means. Look for as long as you hold it. Look what the coins do. They go crazy. So the fact that we're here to break back in, like when was the last time MATIC, you know, it had the little fake out here, it's still pumped and 60% from where it was. Even though it ended up being a fake out, it's still pumped. So this is a significant move because, you know, this is my entry zone for MATIC. If it does come back, I won't buy more where it is right now. I'll wait for that pullback because as I was saying, even if it does this, I'm expecting this and then the continuation. So my big load up zones are between 1.45 and 1.6 in that sort of region is where I want to load. But I definitely won't be selling. Like, you know, this is only just starting to get major strength now. It broke out of this. It's finally made its first higher high. This is strong. This is looking really good. So I'm happy with the MATIC chart. I think it's good. Load up zones, but I won't be selling right now. I will be selling a bit on my short-term trades around $2 region, definitely. Fantom, again. We're going through Fantom again. As we know right now, I'm waiting for my sweet spot. It's not back in there. Like the reason why Fantom's not moving is because this was its major line, guys. Look how far it is from the 200-day moving average. Like this was its major trend line. It's gonna fight hard here. It's gonna fight really hard. And I think from here, something like this, and then maybe a breakthrough makes sense because we got this big day trend that's over here. So maybe there's even another small little ground push here, pull back, and then break. I would say probably after the May. If I'm looking at a negative May or a red May, I'd probably say after May is when I'd be interested in buying more Fantom. Right now, I won't be selling because it's very cheap, and I think it's worth way more in the future. But I won't be buying much more now on Fantom. Energy Web token. I still love this, guys. It takes time. It's taken a lot of time. I still have from 2020. I was buying a lot of it then at $10. It's at $6 now. It's crazy. Like you can see the different move. But it's quite clear here if we look at the chart wise how this has always been like a big whale load up zone. Every time we've dipped, the other whales have always bought it up. And this has been there sort of accumulating. No retail was buying here. And remember, retail have been buying here. So remember, this is the confusing part about crypto. This is where the normal people are buying. And this is where the whales are buying. It's very simple. This is where they're FOMOing in and we're getting caught at times. And this is where the whales are patient and they're loading up on the rest here. So this is looking good. It does have a little bit more upside. It needs to go up more. It needs to go up here, get that higher high, small pullback. And then it's got to slowly start grinding up again. So I think to the end of this year, it can be good. It can be, you know, maybe fully recovered, if we could say. There's the next, you know, the next major zone that I'll see it go to is that sort of trend line first. So let's give it time to get there, and then we can start making it the major decisions on where we can get next. Eventually, when it breaks out of that, then we can get a real eruption from it. So secrets, SCRT, right?
Yeah.
What you been buying, Carl? You waiting for pullback?
No, I have something, so I'm just waiting a bit to add.
Okay. So secret's great. Yeah, you can see downward, sideways. Guys, does this not look like this? Does not look like that exact chart. It's exactly that. So you can see here, so it's broken out of accumulating phase. So this is good. So what I'm seeing from Secret is that they don't smash the full higher high just yet. So it could possibly go a little bit higher, but then I'm seeing the RS flip. There we go. That's what you want to see. You want to break a resistance, test that support, continue the ride. Next wave will be bigger than the first wave. Remember, this third wave is always the biggest wave, guys. The next wave is massive. So Secret, definitely. What other tokens we got there? I want to try catch ones we haven't done, guys. I will be going through a lot of the rest in the week and stuff like that. Rose. Rose, yeah. I'm sure I went through Rose, but let's see. See my teachings, dude. My charts are so ugly all the time because it always has all my teachings on it. So that broke the daily trend. It is completely smashed a higher high. It is trailing very quickly to the upward side at the moment. So I'm sort of looking at Rose going to these resistance points over here. So Rose, I'll see basically move from here to that region there. And then we'll have a retest of support, which is basically this zone, and then a continuation. So if I draw that out now with my lines, I would ride, if it's short time frame or something like that, I'd ride this as long as the momentum's holding. If it breaks, I know it's coming here, and that's what I'll be buying back. But that's sort of the move. From here to there, continue. That sort of move in that zone. Qredo, is that one of Rand's favorite tokens? The one he bought at $9.
Yeah, you bought it at the top.
Did I spell it right?
QREDO.
QRED. Or is it Qredo?
QRDO.
Qredo, this one. Must be.
Yes. Yeah.
Must be this one. Okay, so it broke that short term. It does have a wedge here at the moment. So this is when you'll see the true breakout. So it's still accumulating, but at least it's getting to the point of decision. So you know it narrows down into the trend. So at any point, if there is, at any point it can do this, but this trend will be the breakout trend. And you can see here, you've got one resistance up here, which is at $4, and you then have the next ones at $5. So it gives you an indication the next breakout can take you to this area quite quick, test of support, and then continue move over there. So just be patient for the break of that wedge, and support buys would also be good if we do test support. I think Qredo is great. I think it's going to do amazing things in the future. UFO. We got the one guy, what's that coin called? XCAD, or what's it called? I don't know it.
I don't know it
very well. But apparently it's the new thing and it's going to make everyone millionaires. But every time I hear that, you know, that's the same thing that Scam told me when I lost all my damn money. So it's quite, yeah. So it is quite a thing. So UFO, higher high, definitely. I would like to see it go here. And then a cup and handle. So cup, handle, and when the handle will basically come to the support line, and then the continuation move over there. So that looks good, and that's sort of what I want to see out. It needs to go higher than where it is now for me to keep buying it, if I could say. If I'm still in it, I'd obviously wait quite a bit longer. What is that? Utrust. Oh, what are these coins? Guys, so these are not my coins. This is coins that I'm giving to you. Do your research, please. I have no idea on a lot of them. Okay, this one's not sure. I'm not going to do that one. Render, yeah, let's go through render. Yeah. Remember, guys, you want to buy a token, not that one. Categorize it. You know what to do then, and you have a strategy behind it. It's going to help you a lot. Render token. Oh, this one, guys. So it's fighting daily. Everyone's fighting the daily flipping 200-day moving averages. But what I like about render is we are at that point. We do need to go a bit higher at 3.3 to reclaim the true higher high. It is in pure accumulation phase at this point. But I'm looking at a serious break from this and to ladder like this. That's the move that I'm looking at from render, is the breakthrough, test, and that sort of move. So I think this thing's going to rip, guys. Like, look what this thing did. Like, it rips. I promise you this coin absolutely rips. I'd only be, because we're still in the sideways channel, the only time I'd ever be looking at crazy buys on render is if it tests the floor. I'd rather wait for the break and the test here and buy the confirmation break, because then you're buying a true move and volume will come in and will start to move. So it's also fighting the 200-day at the moment, but it is looking good. What else we got here? I'll do 2 or 3 more. Scale up, I can't do those super high risk tokens because they're not on TradingView. So I will have a look. Stars, Galaca. I will do that for you guys tomorrow. I know a lot of you guys bought Stars and Monkey Ball and these sort of things at this time. So let's go through all of them. I'll really focus on that tomorrow as a part. So we can just get through all of it and we can work together on it. Okay, so which one was it? Theta. I saw Theta.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
I'm bullish, guys. Like, this is my coin. You know what I mean? Like, the buys were yesterday. I think at some point it will come back to 3.6, 3.7. That's the top zone. But for me, I'm looking at Theta doing as well. That's exactly what I'm looking at. It's the same damn chart. These coins rip. It's done way more than what Azul's done ever before in this move here. It literally ran from like, I think 5 cents to $15 or $16 in a matter of a couple months. But Theta is a big one for me. And remember, if I'm buying Theta, I'm buying T-Fuel too. So I'll buy 80% Theta, 20% T-Fuel, and these will be my higher risk tokens, but these are the bigger movers. And the only reason remember, you're not putting them under high risk because they're shit tokens. You're just putting them in high risk because they're big movers, which means they move a lot. So if you don't take profits, it can hurt you. You know what I mean? If you don't know what you're doing. So these are looking good for me. I think investment-wise, they're good. I'd wait for a short-term pullback and short-term time frame trades. But Theta and T-Fuel, look how VET's taking off now. Remember we spoke about VET. There's the VET breakout. Look how VTHO takes off as well. And look how VTHO is only going to look to break daily trend now. So for me, that's a big thing. Remember, I go 80% and 20% into the gas token as well. Okay, guys, I'll go through a lot more in the week. So I did go on to more education today. From tomorrow, we're back at pace again. So make sure you took what I did today, go draw it in your strategy box, go categorize your whole portfolios. So when I bring you all these calls, we can make a ton of money together. But you are taking profits and you're diversifying them so that I don't have to worry about that, because that's your guys' responsibility. Mine's there to help you guys get entries and to make money. Yours is to bank it and make sure you put it in your portfolio and categorize. Please don't have 100 tokens. Please, I'm asking nicely, like do not have 100 or 50 tokens. Like it's too much tokens. We cannot work with that and we cannot do that. So guys, have a fantastic day. I love you lots. The pace is hitting fast. If Bitcoin breaks 50K in the next 2 days, I'll be streaming over the weekend. I'll be streaming every single damn day and we're making tons of money together and helping a lot. And if the pullback comes, let's go snipe those damn entries. I love you lots, Banter Fam. I'll see you all tomorrow.